What if I told you there is a single gesture completely free, requiring no special looks, no money, no rehearsed lines that can make a woman feel something deep within seconds of being around you? Not attraction performed from the outside, something felt from the inside, something she cannot fully explain and cannot fully hide. Most men will never discover this, not because it is complicated, because it is so simple they keep walking right past it. Today I am going to break down exactly what this gesture is, why it works on a biological and emotional level, how to recognize when it is working, and most importantly, how to use it in a way that feels completely natural. Because the moment it feels like a technique, it stops working entirely. And that distinction matters more than anything else I will tell you today. Let us start with the biggest mistake most men make when they want to create a connection with a woman. The instinct is to impress, to come in with sharp humor, interesting stories, visible achievements, status signals. Men have been conditioned to believe that attraction is built through what you bring to the table, what you say, what you have, how entertaining you can be in the first few minutes. But here is what that entire approach misses: a woman's nervous system response to you before her conscious mind has even formed an opinion. We are talking milliseconds. Before she has processed a single word you have said, her body has already begun gathering information about you. It is evaluating your intention, your energy, and whether or not you feel emotionally safe. This is not intuition in some mystical sense. This is biology, thousands of years of evolutionary hardwiring that allows her to sense whether a person is genuinely safe or subtly threatening. She may not always be able to explain it logically, but she feels it with absolute clarity, and she trusts it completely. This is precisely where the gesture we are talking about becomes so powerful. When a woman's nervous system perceives authenticity, safety, and genuine intention all arriving at the same moment, something shifts inside her. Her defenses lower without her consciously deciding to lower them. An emotional opening begins, and the most fascinating part is that her body reveals this response involuntarily. She cannot fully control it. She cannot fully conceal it. Now here is what this gesture actually is. It is not one single action. It is three elements working together, and when all three are present simultaneously, the effect is unlike anything words or cleverness can create. The first element is the calm, intentional approach. This is not about moving in slow motion. It is about moving with purpose but without urgency. There is a specific quality to the way a man moves when he is completely at ease with himself. He does not rush. He does not push. He does not enter a space with desperate energy that is trying to get somewhere fast. He arrives, and he gives her nervous system the time it needs to process his presence, to feel his energy, and to settle into something that feels safe rather than threatening. On a subconscious level, this communicates something extraordinarily powerful: self-control. A man who does not rush in emotionally charged moments is a man who can manage himself. He is not impulsive. He respects boundaries without being told where they are. He carries clear intention without that intention feeling like pressure, and her nervous system registers all of this before either of you has said a single word. The second element is the steady but gentle gaze. This one requires real balance, because the difference between magnetic eye contact and uncomfortable eye contact is entirely about what is behind it. A predatory stare and a warm, present gaze can look similar from the outside, but they feel completely different from the inside. The kind of eye contact we are talking about communicates something specific: I am here, fully present, and I'm not trying to take anything from you. Here is the truth most men miss entirely. If your eye contact is driven by the need for a reaction, if you are searching for validation, watching for approval, measuring whether she is impressed, she feels it. Her nervous system detects the agenda, and when it does, she closes. But when you are simply sharing the moment, when your gaze is genuinely present rather than strategically calculated, something in her responds. Her guard does not just lower, it dissolves. The third element is confident silence, and this is the one most men struggle with the most. Because the moment a pause appears in conversation, most men panic. The silence feels dangerous, so they rush to fill it with a joke, with a question, with anything to make the discomfort stop. But in doing so, they destroy exactly the kind of atmosphere that creates real connection. Comfortable silence is not empty, it is not awkward. When it is handled well, when you sit in a pause without flinching, without reaching for your phone, without manufacturing something to say, it communicates something profound. It says, I am comfortable with myself, and I am comfortable with you. Without a single word, you create the sense that being around you is easy, that nothing needs to be performed or earned, that she can simply exist. And that feeling, that rare, quiet feeling of not needing to be anything other than exactly what you are, is one of the most attractive things a human being can offer another. Now let us talk about why this combination works on a scientific level. A calm, unhurried approach activates her parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for relaxation, openness, and genuine connection. Move too fast, project too much urgency, and you trigger alert mode instead. The exact opposite of what you want. Gentle, genuine eye contact encourages the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone directly tied to trust and emotional closeness. And comfortable silence creates the psychological safety that allows emotional processing to happen naturally. Her subconscious begins to form an impression: this man feels grounded. This man feels mature. This man is not afraid of closeness. And she begins to relax in a way that cannot be forced or manufactured from the outside. So how do you know when it is working? Because the signals her body sends are involuntary. They are genuinely difficult to fake and almost impossible to fully suppress. Watch for a real smile, not the polite social one, but the soft, slightly surprised kind that appears when someone is unexpectedly moved. Notice if her eye contact holds a little longer than expected, and if her eyes carry a warmth that was not there a moment ago. Pay attention to whether she touches her hair, her neck, or her lips without seeming to realize she is doing it. These are self-soothing gestures that appear in moments of positive nervousness, her body responding to something before her mind has caught up. Notice if she subtly leans closer, or if the physical barriers between you quietly disappear. Listen for a softening in her voice, a shift in tone that becomes warmer, more musical. Watch her posture open up, her body orienting toward you in a way that says she wants more of this, not less. These are not things she is choosing to do. They are physiological responses to something she is genuinely feeling. Now, and this is the most important part, how do you apply all of this without it becoming a performance? The answer is simple but requires real honesty. You cannot use this as a technique. The moment you approach a moment thinking, now I will do the calm approach, now I will hold eye contact, now I will use the silence, the authenticity is gone. And without authenticity, none of it works. She will feel the calculation, her nervous system will detect the strategy, and everything closes. Instead, begin with something more fundamental. Begin with genuine presence. Do not approach the moment trying to get something. Approach it because you actually enjoy being there with her. Move the way you move when you are completely relaxed in your own home, on your own time, with nothing to prove. Hold eye contact not because you are trying to create an effect, but because you are genuinely interested in what is in front of you. And let the silences breathe. The more you practice sitting in them without reaching for an escape, the more natural they become. And the more natural they become, the more magnetic you become. In the end, this gesture is not a trick. It is not manipulation dressed up in gentle language. It is simply the natural expression of a man who is secure within himself. A man who does not need external validation to feel complete. A man who can offer presence and emotional safety without requiring anything in return. A man who knows how to create closeness without creating pressure. And here is what most men never realize developing. This quality does not just change your interactions with women. It changes the quality of every relationship in your life. Every conversation, every room you walk into. Because what you are really building is not a gesture. It is a way of being. And a man who moves through the world that way, calm, present, grounded, genuine, is someone people are drawn to without quite knowing why. Next time you are with a woman you are genuinely interested in, remember it is not about impressing her. It is not about conquering anything. It is about creating a space where she feels safe enough to be open, safe enough to be real. And when you can do that, when you can offer that without any agenda, you have already done something most men never learn to do at all.